Okay, so we're going to talk about Frankie's training. The important thing to remember is we want to stay consistent and follow through with our commands so that Frankie knows exactly what we expect of her. There's a little bit of guesswork with dogs in training, so if she feels like she can pull on the leash, if you allow that, then she will forever know that, okay, I'm just allowed to pull on the leash. But if you set your expectations in the beginning, then Frankie is more likely to listen to your commands throughout the rest of her life, right? So respect doesn't transfer from person to person automatically for a dog. So if she sees that, I'm very consistent, and then when you get home, if you kind of get a little lax, she'll see that and she'll start not listening. Little things become bigger things, and then she'll start going back to her old ways of jumping, pulling, just kind of, being not the dog we want her to be. We want her to be obedient and listen to us. So how we're going to stay consistent is you're going to keep a leash on Frankie even in the house until you've set your boundaries very clearly. So we have this collar for her. Now, this prong collar normally has a little metal piece in the beginning, or in the middle, I should say, and then the prongs go in opposite directions. Frankie has a very petite neck, so we have a medium prong collar here, and we are just having all the links go the same direction. That way, the collar is useful for us, and we get the most effective way to use the tool as we can. So, how to take this apart? I'm right hand dominant, so I'm going to use my right hand, and notice where the prongs are going. They're facing this way, or they're going this way, and then I'm going to push up at an angle. My left thumb is going to push down, so I'm going to pop it like that, and it's dramatic because I'm doing it very slowly. So then to put it together, you're right hand dominant, you're going to put one end in, like one prong in, and then you're going to push, or I have to have both hands for this, you're going to squeeze, and then it slides in like this. This makes sure that it's secure and it's not going to come apart. That way Frankie is secure and safe in her collar. So I'm going to take it apart. If you try and do up top, see how that's not fully connected? This could come apart pretty easily when Frankie's wearing it. So you want to make sure that you put your prong in, squeeze, and make sure that they both go in right there, okay? Then, the chain's very important. You want to make sure you hook the leash on the correct circle. So, when it's like this, you'll hook the leash right here. If I try and hook it on this hoop, notice how it doesn't make that clean, like this clean triangle. If we do it this way, that is incorrect. The collar is not going to loosen like it should. So this one relaxes, if she were wearing it, relaxes as it should, but this does not. So you want to make sure you hook it on so it makes a nice triangle. Frankie is in between sizes right now, so this is a little bit big for her. It should fit to where you could fit a couple of fingers, but right now it's a little bit loose. But if I take a link out, it's just a little too small, so we're gonna have it just a little big, and that's better than having it too snug. But it shouldn't be hanging off of her like a necklace, because that is entirely too big. So we're gonna use this collar to stay consistent with Frankie. If we pretend that my arm is Frankie real quick, hook the leash on. So the leash should be relaxed, right? Let's talk about heel. So heel means walk next to me on my left hand side. If she decides to, I'm gonna trot ahead, that will lead to pulling. So you want to tell her no. What you're doing is you're marking the incorrect behavior, and then you're gonna follow through with a correction. So you're gonna say no, pop the leash, heel. So it's 3 steps. No, follow through, tell her heel. So, no, follow through, heel. No, follow through, heel. So, that is with all of her commands. So, heel means walk next to me on a loose leash on the left-hand side. And of course, you also want to reward behaviors that you do like. Frankie trains to get paid. So just because she's finished with her program does not mean her paychecks stop coming. She needs to get paid for the training that she does correctly. That way she knows that you are going to pay her for what she does right. Because imagine going to work and you only got yelled at when you did something wrong, but you never got praised when you did something right. That's what training is for dogs. So we want to make sure that we do correct incorrect behavior. However, we also need to reward her for doing the right thing with treats, praise, and petting. So the next command is sit. She needs to sit at doorways when greeting people, especially on leash. So when you stop, tell her sit. If she does, great. If not, we're gonna say, get this over my watch. No, follow through, sit. It's always in that order of say no, follow through, sit. 3 steps. Now let's say we want to do down. If she doesn't want to lay down, we would say no, follow through and pull down, and then repeat the command. So up is sit, down is down. And it's uncomfortable, but my arm, there's not, a lot of marks. I have kind of sensitive skin, so it's going to be a little bit red, but it doesn't hurt or anything. And I'm pulling, pretty hard. You're not going to need to pull this hard with Frankie. So we have sit at doors, and when greeting people, we have lay down and stay. So down, stay is implied, and so is sit. So if you tell her sit, it means wait until you tell her free, or you can break the sit command by telling her heel. So one command breaks another. So you can tell her sit and then walk through a doorway and tell her free as you walk through. That way she knows, okay, I can go with. Or you can tell her heel, walk with me. Same thing for down. For down in place, those 2 stays, I like to tell her to get up by saying free. That way she knows she has to wait until that specific word before she's allowed up from her stay. So she's in a down stay. Go back to her, good down, free, and you'll see that in her video here soon. Same thing for place. When she's practicing at home, walk her to her place bed, good place, reward, do whatever distractions you want to practice with, sit down and have dinner, invite your guests over. They can walk in through the door without her jumping on them. That was one thing we worked on, is jumping, but if you put her on place, then she is less likely to jump, and you can reward the good behavior. So it's a double win, and you don't have to correct her. So really 3 wins. So that's place, and then again, go back to her, then release her from the bed. And then we have come when called. She should always have a long leash on when you're practicing come when called. That way, if she doesn't listen, you can reel her in using the leash. You'll see that in the video as well. So when I call her, it's come, good girl, sit, reward. So we don't say come, come, come. We just say it one time, come, good girl, sit, reward. And then also I like to back up because it makes it more fun for Frankie to run towards me, because I'm like playing a little game with her and then she gets her treat. So those are Frankie's commands. This is her collar. Just to reiterate, reward the behaviors you like so that they continue to happen. Correct the behaviors you don't like or when she makes a mistake so that they don't happen as often. Stay consistent and have fun, and we're going to show you Frankie's commands. Down.
Oh, look, it smells good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, buddy.
Good. Down. 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 Free. Good job. Yeah. Free. Place. Good girl. Place. Good place. Place.
U.S. and NATO evacuation flights have resumed from Kabul, Afghanistan.
3,500 American troops are at the airport. There are interactions at the airport by our commanders with the Taliban leaders out in town. Pentagon War Secretary John Kirby says the mission is still expected to wrap up by the end of the month.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland in Washington. Rescue efforts in Haiti are being hampered by Tropical Storm Grace, which is hitting the area where more than 1,400 died in Saturday's
Good
earthquake.
place.
We are in the rain. We have no place to go. The school shelter is not open. Where are the authorities? One hospital in Haiti is having to staff patients and floors uncovered due to lack of space.
Place.
I'm listening to Fox News.